Welcome back to a new video. So we're just looking at our opening day rosters, and so I have the same lineup. I kind of let the AI handle it, and then I believe I just changed the catcher. I think that was the only thing I changed. So instead of having Yonder Diaz, we're gonna have Ben Rice. He has a little bit more potential. He batted a little bit better last year, basically the same. But looks like Ben Rice kind of took over for a lot of the year. I think he might have got hurt last year, but I don't remember that fully. We got Rodriguez chilling on the bench, which, oh no, he's last on our roster, batting last, so I don't know why I was thinking that. But Steven Kwan's dropped a lot. He's only at 2.5 stars. We still have him for a couple more years, but he is kind of on a negative trajectory, which is not good, but he's certainly good enough to be in our lineup for sure. And then we have some guys that kind of flip-flopped around, and I kind of didn't really mind how the AI handled that. Currently, all our pitchers are 20, I think 29 is our youngest starting pitcher. I did put Edgardo Henriquez as our closer instead of Kevin Ginkel, so it is something to try, seeing how he is a little bit younger and had a little bit better of a performance next year. What's also exciting is that our other starting pitcher that we signed is like a couple days away, so 3 days away from being back, which is right on time for the fact that Shane Bieber is going to be out for 3 weeks. And so we kind of will we'll just wait for those 3 days instead of calling someone up. And then I have to force his role. It's just kind of annoying. Closer, and then we'll go back, and there we go. We want him to be our closer, so we must force it. Also, didn't realize that Juan Soto is on the Guardians. I don't know if that was from something I did or if that was just how the game, he was signed by them. I felt like we signed him and then traded him. So we got here, and so then throw him right back in the majors. You have a bum elbow, you're right back to it. So looked like he was being pretty productive last year, first for the couple of games that he did pitch, and then not really good the year before. But we should have some good pitching this year. We should be able to finish above 500. So let's look at the transactions, throw them all in AAA, and then let the AI handle the minors. And Shane Bieber is out for 2 more weeks, so we need to look at potentially bringing someone up to fill that slot. We have a couple different potential choices. It looks like honestly bringing Cannon up will probably be the best for us, and then we can go about it that way. So let's see if we can win or lose more than 77 games this year, or if we're just stuck in an internal 77 game a year loop, which honestly would be more funny than anything if we were stuck in that regard. So Cantillo is hurt. He's also getting shelled early in the year, but we're fine. We don't really need him too much. Angel Martinez, kind of disappointing. We'll see. Well, let's look down in AAA, see if there's anyone with more potential that we can bring up. Not really particularly. We'll leave him down there. So 3-7. That's a ugly start. And we just cannot get lucky with our starts. We just don't have any big win streaks really at any point. I think now we had a little bit of one. Elbow inflammation. He came back for like 3 games. That's devastating. That's unfortunate, but hey, it was a risk. It was a risk to sign him, that's for sure. So we're gonna bring up another pitcher, which we have several, which is a kind of a luxury. We have a good amount of pitching. So even though we kind of risked it all, signing some older pitchers, we have enough to kind of fill in these slots when these players inevitably get hurt, which is kind of just an interesting approach, I suppose. Let's see. Who can we bump down? There's no one really that I want to bump down. I guess Jimmy Joyce seems like a good person to do that, so we'll send him to AAA. Bring the Bieber back up, and then see if he can. Yikes! 8.31 ERA, not good. But we kind of will probably just have like 10 different starting pitchers this whole year because everyone will just get hurt all the time. But that's injuries happen quite a bit. I almost feel like they happen too much, but at the same time, like it's one of those things that makes it more interesting to kind of work around. But I feel like we have a deep enough major league roster and AAA roster to kind of get around a lot of pitching things. So like here, he's going to be hurt for a week. We'll put him there, and then we can go to AAA and bring up, Gallagher. So it's like we have enough pieces, I think, and maybe that will be the key to have some success this year and win more than 77 games is to have 15 different pitchers that we can slot around, or we'll just be internally stuck at 500 and then collapse at the end of every year to be 8 games below 500. So we'll throw him there on the 10-day DL and see if there is. I remember Bender having some success up in Cleveland, so we'll promote him and see what if he's able to do. But kind of need 2 catchers always, just because it's just that kind of position. Let's see, Vargas. Is there anyone that we can bump down? So they actually took Trevor Rogers out of the starting lineup or starting pitching. No, we're going to go ahead and send him to AAA. We're pretty happy with where we're at right now. A concussion? What are you doing, Quan? What's going on? You run into a wall or something? Shutdown streak. So it looks like Ginkel's kind of popping off in that new role. Maybe that was the kind of thing that he needed. See how Bender's doing. Yeah, he's popping off. So Yainer Diaz, we'll just send him to AAA, see if he gets mad about that. He does not actually get mad about that. So we'll just continue to roll with that. I mean, it was our backup catcher. They're both 2 stars. So just go with the hot bet. When all else being even, the statistical difference will be there. Is he really a starting pitcher right now? Honestly, for, he's 31, $2.5 million a year. That's a pretty good deal, even if he ends up just being a relief pitcher. So let's go through the draft here. Auto draft until we're here. 6'10". I should just draft by height. 5'4". That is a tiny person. That is hilarious, though. All right, let's go by potential rating. Dallas Baker, 5'9", 160. Is a tiny man. I guess he's a high schooler. Guess he is just a high school lad. What's he, starting pitcher? Left-handed? Why not? Good enough for me. 5-star, and they want us to get this guy as well. I kind of feel like we'll see what they say. Derek King, they want us to get another shortstop. I mean, it's not bad. I disagree though. I want Jimmy, a better player. Whoop, I didn't actually draft him. So now we could probably get Derek King. See, now it doesn't even want us. See, it's weird. The game's weird like that. The recommendations can be a bit odd. But we are going to now get Derek King. And then, not the greatest potential. Let's see. Yeah, so we'll go with the recommendations. Actually want us to grab that guy. I mean, certainly all good prospects. And then we'll grab this guy. And then after that, it's all 3 stars. So we just move forward, let the AI handle that. And we'll go Get them all signed. 800,000 is not bad at all. Yeah, so I mean, these are all reasonable. Even like a first round pick, I kind of get. I also like how the slot says $6 million, but the demands is, you know, 1.5 or whatever. All right, let's look at the trading block for all players. So no one really that good that's on there for us. All right, so we are 3 games above 500. Hopefully we don't collapse like we like to do. All right, so we extended Jordan Hicks. Pretty simple deal for us. I mean, $2.5 million for 2 more years for a guy that's apparently a starting pitcher for us. I thought he was like a really fast, really high velocity relief pitcher, but maybe he is. Just on here, it's kind of just not. How is he doing in his role? All right, so we're gonna go to game strategy and take him out of that closer role. Since apparently Ginkel, oh no, he's not even doing that much better. I mean, they're doing basically close enough to where if the game decided to put one person over the other, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. So it looks like some of our minor leaguers have signed. So ACL is up to 43 again. So we gotta trim the roster. So we'll go here. So basically, if you're 21, you're getting promoted. If you can drink a beer, you can play in single A baseball. That's my strategy. All right, what's the ACL at now? 33. We're gonna knock these guys up as well. They can't drink a beer yet, but they soon will be able to. It's a single A at, it's 24. It's really not too bad. And then we can check these guys. And then they're obviously all ready to go up to the majors, of course. Why wouldn't they be? That's how good our farm system is. I don't really care what you want, Trevor, to be honest. Not gonna lie. You'll take the job that we give you. We signed you, we gave you money, so you'll do what you're told. You'll do what you're told, and you'll just shut your mouth. Tristan Casas is popping off with home runs, 24 already. We'll look at our pitching. We'll let the staff organize it. So yeah, I don't mind this. The only person, like, we could take him out for someone like Trevor Rogers, but well, we can do that. We can do that. And put him in middle relief. And yeah, see how that works for us. And then lineups. This guy's apparently a absolute stud. I can't believe how good he is. It's only his 2nd year. And then what home runs we got? We got some decent. Like if Marzaro bats above 250 and hits like 25, 30 home runs, like that's going to be good for us. Rodriguez is actually sucking right now really bad. Let's see what they'll adjust. They actually moved some things around. They took Ben Rice out and put Bender in, which is interesting. But I'm gonna let that fly because maybe he's better. He switched a couple things around, but that's all right. We're doing pretty decent. We're only a half game back. 6 games over 500. Certainly in the category of collapsing down into our 77 and 85 lock. Yeah, we're collapsing already. And so nothing too major to deal with there. Right, so we have our friend back, but he is not too great. He is not too good at the baseball with us. All right, so Trevor Rogers is back to being a starting pitcher. We just don't really have any reason to have Angel up. Yeah, he's going right to AAA. and we'll bring him up. Wilford Varus is kind of struggling as well, so we'll send him down, and then we'll look at AAA to see if there's anyone potentially we can bring up. He's batting decent in AAA. We can try bringing him up. And then Wes, he's batting well, but we have to bring someone else down if we want to. There we go. Let's see, Bender. He's kind of stinking right now, so we're gonna substitute Ben Rice back in. I didn't really think he would bat that well, but Rodriguez is big time struggling, so we're gonna put Gentry in. We'll actually see how they. No, they actually want to keep him in, which is interesting. We're gonna drop Jonathan down, Manzardo, bring him up, and put Gentry in. Although, what's his? Why is he just not playing over Rodriguez anyway? TBH, why aren't you playing? And then, how's Tyler doing? Pretty crummy. So we have some Robertus, and Tyler Gentry can kind of fight for that spot that Jonathan Rodriguez is unfortunately not really doing anything to. I mean, 198, that's pretty rough. Our catching situation is also pretty bad, but can't really do much about that right now. So we'll see if we can start stringing together a couple of dubs. It's not looking good for us, at least for the division or anything. But if we can win more than 77 games, I'll be happy. If we do something different than 77, then I'll be happy with that. Yeah, we don't need an old pitcher. We have enough old pitchers. Oh, he's injured again. Herniated disc, 1 to 2 weeks. That's hilarious. He just gets hurt every other game. But that was the risk that we took with signing him, so I'm not really too disappointed with that. How is Trevor Rogers doing in his starting role? We'll go ahead and swap them out and just move forward. As long as Trevor Rogers has a decent ERA, then I don't mind him being in the lineup there. Brandon Basso with a 5.66, not the best. This is Cannon. So 3.86, and Gallagher has a 3.41, so we're gonna throw him into the starting lineup. We don't have any trades being offered, and then there's no one that's really that. So I mean, like, there's some pitching and stuff, but nothing that's really gonna move the needle. Just another pitcher. A really good pitcher. We'll probably want way too much for him, but we'll go back up after we scroll down. So we'll just see what they would do. Yeah, they don't want anything. He's available to be traded for, but they refuse. They refuse. Go ahead and clear this. Move to here. So that was a trading deadline. I think that's a good point to stop this video. We're currently 3 games over 500. So see if we can win more than 77 games this year. But we'll find that out in the next video. But if you made it to this point, I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you all in the next one. Peace.